Welcome to Small Talk. My name is David Shaw. I love looking at faces. Back at the office, I've got a collection of postcards depicting children's faces that are all in a collage, and they're wonderful to look at. In a crowd, maybe in a restaurant, I'll find myself staring at somebody's face, just finding it absolutely fascinating. That is, until it becomes embarrassing when the person realises I'm looking at them and looks across quite startled. I look away very, very quickly. For me, faces are the key part of our identity, our humanness. A few years ago, when the first face transplant was completed, it was hailed as a surgical success, a surgical miracle. It was extraordinary. Psychologically, the person who received the face transplant had to get used to looking at someone different in the mirror every morning, every time. They had to get used to this was now their face. This was now their identity. This was how others would now see them. My wife and I have been watching the BBC series Small Axe, and in the most recent one there was a young, very able black police recruit in the days when black police recruits were rarer. He was exceptional, physically and mentally. He stood out in terms of his capabilities. But he was told in the drama that we watched that his face didn't fit. His face was the only bit that was different from his colleagues. Unforgivably, the authorities saw this difference as something that was threatening. Unforgivably, they didn't see it as a gift, as an opportunity, as something they could utilise to build bridges, to reconcile in local communities. All because his face didn't fit. It was wicked and it was wrong. In the Bible, face is very prominent. So if you look in 1 Corinthians 13, you see that we will see face to face. Check out Genesis chapter 3 with that reconciliation meeting between Esau and Jacob. I just want to refer to one verse in Luke chapter 2. Jesus has predicted that Simon Peter will deny that he knows him. Peter has said, "No way, I'll never deny you." They then get to the sequence where Peter actually does deny Jesus. And then we read these words. The Lord turned and looked straight at Peter. Doesn't mention the word face, but their faces met. And in that meeting, Peter remembered what Jesus said, and we're told he went out and he wept bitterly. The question I have in my mind is, what was on the expression? What was the expression of Jesus when he looked at Peter? I suggest it was the expression of understanding. I know who you are, Peter, and I love you. That must have been unbearable for Peter as he came to an understanding of himself, and yet that he was loved. I want to end with a biblical prayer that speaks of faces, and it's a prayer that I offer to you who watch this Small Talk. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen.